You don't replay conversations because you're thoughtful. You replay them because somewhere underneath, you're judging yourself. Long after the words have stopped, the mind keeps searching for mistakes. A pause that felt too long. A sentence that sounded different once you heard it again in memory. A look from the other person that suddenly seems loaded with meaning. And slowly, the conversation transforms. It stops being something that happened and becomes something that needs to be analyzed. Overthinking feels intelligent. It feels like awareness, reflection, depth. But often, it's something else. The brain dislikes social uncertainty. When an interaction doesn't end with clear validation, a strong signal that everything went well, the mind keeps the file open. Not to understand it, but to correct it. There is a quiet belief beneath overthinking. If I review it carefully enough, I'll find the mistake. And if you find the mistake, you can prevent it next time. This feels productive, but most conversations are not puzzles waiting to be solved. They are fleeting exchanges shaped by mood, distraction, and context, most of which has nothing to do with you. The more self-aware you are, the more intense this process becomes. You notice tone shifts, micro expressions, changes in energy. You replay how you responded. You imagine how it might have sounded. You construct alternative versions of what you could have said. And each time you replay it, the emotional weight increases. Not because the memory changes, but because repetition strengthens the feeling attached to it. There is a paradox here. The same awareness that makes you perceptive also makes you vulnerable to rumination. You think you are being objective, but self-criticism is rarely neutral. It filters memory through doubt, and doubt rarely shrinks when examined repeatedly. It expands. Meanwhile, the other person has likely moved on. Most people are far more preoccupied with themselves than with dissecting someone else's words. But overthinking assumes the opposite. It assumes scrutiny. It assumes evaluation. It assumes that small imperfections carry lasting consequences. This is not a flaw of intelligence. It is a habit of control. When the mind cannot tolerate ambiguity, it tries to regain control through analysis. But clarity does not come from repetition. At a certain point, thinking more does not produce understanding. It only reinforces discomfort. The shift begins when you recognize the moment reflection becomes rumination. Reflection asks, "What can I learn?" Rumination asks, "What did I do wrong?" One moves forward. The other circles the same point repeatedly. Overthinking conversations is not a sign that you are broken. It is often a sign that you care about how you are perceived. But caring too much about perception quietly hands control of your peace to imagined interpretations. Most conversations do not need to be solved. They simply need to end. And when you allow them to end, without extracting a perfect conclusion, you begin to experience something unfamiliar. Silence that is not filled with self-criticism. Just space